Hey, what's going on, everybody? Carlos here once again from Premier Cuts. And for some of you guys know who follow me on Instagram, I also put it down on YouTube community comments, and I said, hey, I'm gonna be doing a Q&A video, so that is what we're gonna be doing today. And if you wanna follow me on Instagram, that's where I put out some of that information so you can ask your questions over there, and that's where I got a lot of these questions today. So, without further ado, let's get right into this video. So let's go with question number one. What is the best Chinese trimmer and clipper? I can't answer that. I have not used them all, so I'll just be like throwing the best I've used. If you guys follow me, one of my recent videos, I just put a video about my new favorite clipper, and that is, I don't even know the damn name, but it's the upgrade version of the Kiki New Gain machine. Anyways, I'll leave a link to that in the description. Trimmer, it's one I haven't reviewed yet, so I don't want to actually say, but if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me kind of mention it a few times, and it's pretty dope clipper. So sorry I can't give you a direct answer, but there are a lot of good ones out there, let's just say that. Okay, question number two would be, how did you lose this weight? And it seems like he's from Paris, so I'm gonna read it how he wrote it. How long did you spend to lose it, and when will you come to Paris? Let's answer the Paris question. I have no idea if I ever can get my way to Paris, but that'll be a pretty cool trip if I ever did get that opportunity. As far as how much weight I lost, over 70 pounds. It took me about 4 months, and it's probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. So yeah, thank you. And this one comes from a good friend of mine, and he asks, be honest, was there enough room for Jack on the wood, or was Rose tripping? So this one I really had to think about, because Rose was definitely tripping, and she should have definitely gave Jack a little bit of room. Y'all don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about the Titanic movie.
I'll never let go. I promise.
One of the best love stories of all time. But yeah, she was definitely tripping, because she also let go of the heart of stone, or sea, at the end of the movie. So damn you, Rose. Damn you. And here's another question. How is it that you like Kemei clippers compared to other top brand clippers? And I would say that it's not that I like it over the top brands, because my whole life that was all that was available, so obviously I love it. I just think that in some of these cases, you're talking about having clippers that are so much more affordable, that give you 95% of the ability to cut as good as the top brand. So because of that, I definitely lean towards them, because I'm getting almost 100% of, and sometimes it is 100%, it's just swapping out blades. So it's not that I prefer a cheaper brand over a more expensive brand. I just prefer a tool that gets the job done and is affordable, and that happens to be a lot of these lower, knockoff or whatever brands that we're talking about right at this point. So for me, it's just one of those things where it works, and I like reviewing them for you guys, because a lot of you guys didn't even know that they existed, and I get a lot of feedback and tell me how much you guys appreciate the videos I put out there. So hopefully that answers that question, and let's get to the next question. What's the best budget trimmer you've used? And so I kind of answered that question already, but I'll just answer it again by saying it's one I haven't actually reviewed on the channel yet. It's kind of I didn't do an unboxing. I had the clipper for a year and it was just sitting in the box. I don't know if I even have the, yes. So here's the box. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know about this guy right here. It's a little peanut. And the thing that sucks about this is that right at this moment, it's not carried on Amazon. So that's why I was kind of waiting for it to come on Amazon, but it never did. So I decided just to open it up regardless, use it for myself. And the more I used it, the more I was like, this is one of the baddest machines out there. And it's super affordable. And yes, I will be doing a review of it. Let's just say that this machine, I brought it to the shop and almost everybody at this point has fallen in love with it. So I said too much. So the next question leads into the previous question. It had to do with the weight loss. So how did you lose all that weight? Did you get weight loss surgery? And you look great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I look great. As far as weight loss surgery, no, I did not. I did not lose weight by getting surgery. I put in hard work. But and I probably might make, if you guys want to know more in depth of how that all kind of came about. First of all, it was a long time coming. The second, I would say that I did a combination of keto and intermittent fasting. I hope I said that right. And it just becomes more of a discipline. Like you have to get to a point where you're just like, all right, enough's enough, and it's time to crack down and get back into shape. And I would consider myself an athletic guy who kind of got chubby. And so when I lost the weight, a lot of people thought that I did like a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying? I was working out. Like, nah, it was just on my diet. 99% of it was just my diet. And then obviously, yeah, I did a little bit of working out, but the workouts there was no gyms. Remember, when I lost all this weight was during this whole quarantine aspect before they opened everything up. It was when they shut. I started my weight loss process when they shut everything down. So by the time I lost like 50 pounds, I hadn't gone to the gym. I was maybe walking around the neighborhood a couple times a week for an hour at a time. So it was really just the diet. And if you already have an athletic build, all that athletic build kind of, it sounds weird saying it, but it was underneath all that blubber. I guess that's the best way to say it. It was underneath there, so when I lost it, a lot of people were kind of like thrown back, like, wait, what have you been doing? I was like, nothing, I'm just eating right. So, because I started having a lot more definition in my arms and stuff like that. And obviously now I'm working out more, but before that, I wasn't really working out. So, yeah, a lot of it, I would say 95% is just your diet. You know, once you find one that works, stick to it. And like I said, if you guys want to know more, maybe I'll do a separate video for you guys, because a lot of people have been asking and saying that I've inspired them, which is kind of like, I think it's amazing that I'm able to help other people in other areas rather than just talk about clippers. And I have another question here. This I think came from YouTube. How long have you been cutting hair? So I am 38. I just turned 38 in October, the end of October. And I started cutting hair at the age of 11, I want to say. So yeah. You know what I'm probably going to do? I'm probably going to do an updated version of how I got started. That's part of the video, because I have my barber story, but you know, maybe I'll refresh it and get into different details than I did in that video. So I don't know, we'll see. If you guys want to see that, you want to see me go into more of my story and how why at age 11 I decided to start cutting hair, then you guys let me know. But yeah, that's how long. The math is there somewhere. And then this might be the last question, I'm not sure. What type of guards do you recommend? Well, that is a hard question All right, it's not hard. So the guards I recommend, most of these, I would say 99% of these clippers all use a Wahl system. I've talked about this before. They all use a Wahl system, meaning it uses Wahl blades. So which ones do I recommend? The premium blade, the Wahl premium blades, obviously premium, it states there, you know, in the name, in the title. I'll leave a link to some of them. I'll leave a link to most of the stuff I talk about in the description of this video. And yeah, those guards are really good. They're just really good. Now you gotta understand, not every single guard is gonna fit perfectly, especially if you have multiple blades, you know, multiple machines, and some of them will have different blades, even though it's all sharing that Wahl system, meaning those blades will fit as if it was a Wahl blade with Wahl guards. So, you know, I'll leave a link to a couple of ones that I think will work for people who are kind of like curious about that. But again, none of these machines use Wahl Andys unless you do a mod and you add an Andy blade onto a Wahl system by drilling 2 holes in the bracket. Then no. But my favorite are from the Andy system, like the guards that I prefer when I have like my master blades or my my fast feed blades. There's the original guards that came with, and also the purple guards. I love the magnetic purple guards. Actually, I use the magnetic purple guards with my Wahl because, yeah, it's not a perfect fit, but once you clip it in there, it doesn't move because it's magnetic, so it works out. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want more detail, we can definitely do that. Okay, so here's another question, and it states, where can a beginner look to learn how to properly cut with shears? And I'll give you 2 answers. One, YouTube. University of YouTube, guys. It's probably one of the best places you can go to learn how to do almost anything and everything. I would say start there. Now, if you can find your way into a barbershop, then I'm not going to say become an apprentice of somebody because, you know, I don't know how that works really. But if you can sit and watch and maybe talk to the guys who work and just watch their techniques, ask some questions, believe it or not, a lot of barbers are willing to educate as far as help people who look like they want to improve. You know, like they're not like, most guys aren't gonna get mad at you because you're standing over them and you're asking them questions. A lot of times it gives us a chance to refresh things that we don't even think about when we're cutting hair. It's just like becomes second nature. So where you can start is try to find someone who's gonna help you with that department. You can always go to like a barber school, take a class. There's a lot of places you can go, but YouTube, you know, probably has a lot of content when it comes to how to properly hold a shear. I prefer scissor over comb. I don't know why. I just prefer scissor over comb. Once I learned that technique, you can zap through hair like nothing, and you can just get almost, you know, unless you're gonna put some sort of teasing in the hair, or, and I'm not saying I mean teasing, but like actually adding a lot of layers, then no, then clipper over comb usually works out great, especially if you're working in just more of a, I don't know, like where you're doing, you know, more gentleman haircuts and stuff like that. So that is a technique that I would say try to learn. It's very easy, but you know, it's only easy because I've been doing it for a long time, so I might forget how I felt when I was learning. It's been so long. I think that might be it. And it looks like that was the last question. Guys, follow me on Instagram. That's where you're gonna get a lot of these opportunities to ask me questions about things. It doesn't have to be, as you see, it doesn't have to be related to just cutting hair or barber tools. You know, people are interested in how I, you know, lost all that weight, and it's I don't mind sharing it because I know it helps people. People tell me it helps them. So I'm glad that I, did this video. I'll do more of these videos. Again, for you guys who don't know, I'm gonna be ramping up, putting out more content. In fact, we have an unboxing, and I also have something in here, which is a game changer for you guys, and you're gonna see this in an upcoming video. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for tuning in as always. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.